This is really, I mean, James Gunn's brilliance with the stuff he's done with both the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy, that he manages to weave in a little bit of that kitschiness
yes, he does,
without sacrificing the gravitas or the actual drama that he's trying to go for.
One of my main sources of trust where he's concerned is that guy, even if he's doing the wackiest, goofiest characters, and, you know, Peacemaker goes balls out with weird comedy, but when he wants to, it doesn't feel too jarring because he seeded some pathos or sadness or just some heart into the backstories of the wackiest characters. You care about Groot and Rocket in the Guardians movies because for all the weirdness, wackiness, it's like, oh, there's tragedy in the backstory. And apparently in this third one, we get a lot more of that because we finally see Rocket's origin and all that. So the guy knows. He knows that to lean too far one way or the other is probably a mistake. So a little lightness in your superhero epic is fine. Also, on the flip side, a little weight and gravitas to your wacky sci-fi superhero adventure is good. One way or the other would still be fun. If Guardians were just comedy and action, you'd be like, that was delightful. But really, where you sit there and go, you're a storyteller, and I trust you, is where you're like, oh, he gave us more. He gave us feels. Yeah. And you're like, great, thank you.
He's got that heart, man. And he kind of reminds me of like the heart that Robin Williams would put into his comedy, because Robin would go nuts with his routines, but there was always like a little message at the end, like, you know, keep that little spark of madness alive.
You're only given a little spark of madness. Don't ever lose that, because it keeps you alive. Because if you lose that, that's my only love. Crazy.
Yeah.
There was always love and kindness in all his insanity.
You know, even in his dramatic films and stuff, there would be, you know, it's like, wow, what a likable character. But you always sense, like, you think about his like supporting turns in, I mean, Good Will Hunting. You're like, that is a great character, but there's a sadness to it. But it's like, okay, you're not just the crazy dude. Comedy and drama don't have to be separate. They really should always kind of be together because that's life.
Yeah.
My trust meter is very high with Mr. Gunn.
The thing I keep thinking about with the Suicide Squad, it just makes me think that everything's on the table. Like, is Starro. He actually pulled Starro off. And made it at once appropriately ridiculous, but also horrifying.
Yeah.
In the same movie. Yeah. And that was incredible.
Yeah. So, and made you care about Ratcatcher 2 or Ratcatcher 3. I can't remember which one she is. They made you care about Polka-Dot Man.
Right.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
And it's totally bizarre. I mean, it's not canonical to the comics, the whole thing with his mother, but still, you care about him. You're like, James Gunn, you're kind of a mad genius. I do hope that the Superman movie is not a wacky farce, but a little humor is welcome.
Yeah.